Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your maths teacher, Mr. Moodliar, and I hope you are doing well. In this video, we're going to be looking at this question, which is a Pythagoras slash trigonometric questions, and only 53% of the students got this question correctly from my year 11 mark last week. Anyway, let's look at it now. All right, with this kind of question, especially with the triangles, okay, we need to visualize how many triangles we can see. Okay, so what can we do here? Okay, as you can see, I can see 3 triangles. Very, very important. So here is the big triangle, okay, which is a rectangle, is A, B, C. Okay, and what do we have? We have 15, and this is 21. Okay, the next one, I can see another small right angle triangle, okay, which is going to be D, B, and C. The base would be 15, and the height would be 9. And the last one, we have this scalene triangle, which is this. Let's label it. So we have A, D, and C. Okay, and we have 21 centimeter. That's the only information that we have in this question. Now, let's look at the question. What are they asking you? It says that work out the size of angle ACD. That angle there is this angle. Is this angle here. The angle ACD. And then we're going to call it X. I'm going to call it X. Let's use different color pen. Call it X. Now, I'm going to call this one X. That's the angle that we are trying to work out. How can we work out the angle? Well, I am using those 2 right angle triangle. Okay, so I'm going to call this angle here Y. I'm going to call this one Z. And then to work out X, we need to our plan, which is X is going to be Y take away Z. First thing first, it's very, very important that we are going to establish this. With these kind of questions, we need to visualize how are we going to solve this problem. Now, next question now. How can I work out the value of Y? How can I work out the value of Z? Now, as you can see, those triangles are right angle. So what comes in my head? SOHCAHTOA, my trig identity ratio, SOHCAHTOA. Now, to work out the angle Y, so what do we have? We have the adjacent, and we have the hypotenuse, so I'm using cosine. So cos of Y is going to give you 15 over 21. And then I'm using the inverse function of cosine. Cos inverse, or the inverse of cosine, 15 over 21. Let's type that in our calculator. Okay, so we have shift cos fraction 15 over 21. And that would give me, let's just write our answer to 44.4153 for now, so on and so on. Because in our final answer, we need to give it to 1 decimal place. All right, let's look at the value of Z now. Okay, so what do we have from that triangle? We have the opposite and the adjacent, so we're using tan. So tan of tan of Z is equal to 9 over 15. So again, using the inverse function of tan, so Z would be tan inverse of 9 over 15. So using our calculator again, so shift stand fraction 9/15, and that would give me 30.9638, so on and so on. So those are two angles. And earlier we had a plan. Initially we had a plan, so we have x is equal to y take away z, so we're using that. So therefore in my final answer we have 44.4153 taking away 30.9638. So let's type that in our calculator. 44.4153, and that would give me 13.451. Okay, 13.451, so on and so on. But they're asking you give your answer to one decimal place, so my final answer would be 13.5. okay, for 13.5 degrees. Okay, and that would be my final answer. Okay guys, this question is a very difficult question. When you're doing this kind of questions, make sure you visualize the problem. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.